Hello, NAPO community. I'm your president, Mindy Gotting, and this is my first president's message for the month of May. It's amazing to see how quickly we're moving into the spring. As you can tell, it's a beautiful day here in Richmond, Virginia, on the day that we're filming. So I'm taking advantage and I'm doing all my work outside today. That's the beauty of being a home-based business. And my guest today is Kim Mazewski. She is newly in charge of refreshing and relaunching our NAPO blog. So Kim, welcome to the President's Message.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'm glad you're here. So before we start our conversation about the NAPO blog today, I'd love for you to just share a little bit more about you, your business, and your journey with NAPO.
Sure. So my name is Kim Mazewski. Like you said, my business is Consciously Cleared and Contained. I am in Northern Delaware outside of Philadelphia, and I'm a certified professional organizer as of November 1st last year. I've been in business for a couple of years now and in NAPO for 2 years. And I was so inspired by your message at Summit last year that I decided I wanted to volunteer and get more involved. And when I found that you were looking for someone to revive the blog, I knew that that was me because that was my first career back in the 2000s. I was in publishing. I worked as a production editor for a publishing company in New York City. And it felt like I'm marrying my passion of reading and writing with organizing, and I will sign up for this blog. I will do this. So
Oh my gosh.
it's been really fun so far.
That is awesome. So we're so fortunate to have you in this seat. You're bringing such great experience and expertise to the role. I can't think of anyone better to relaunch our blog. So you mentioned Summit, and we connected both in 2024 and 2025. And this year, because of this role, you were always talking about the blogs. Like anyone who would listen, anytime you got on the mic, you were like networking, you were plugging the blog. I absolutely love your enthusiasm for this role. So why do you tell people, or why do you think that donating, the time, the energy, the intellectual property in order to contribute to the NAPO blog is so important?
I think from my, experience with NAPO so far is that you get out of it what you put into it. And there's so much benefit to being involved and participating and pushing yourself past your comfort level. And that's where a lot of people were kind of hesitant during those conversations. I would flag anybody I could to talk about it at Summit, and they would say, I'm not a writer. Oh, I don't know. But this is how you grow, right? You challenge yourself, you do something new, something hard, but you're not alone. You have guidance. You have an editor who's willing to help you flesh out your piece. And then you get this benefit of being like, I'm a published writer on NAPO's blog. And this is a national website. You're going to be on this huge stage. You're getting tons of social media coverage for it, cross-posting. It's a really great chance to take what you're passionate about and what your expertise is and share it with not just our own community of organizers, because we can learn from each other, of course, but also the public who is so hungry for this information. And you are the expert in what you're writing about, and they need that. They need to know what you have to say and your unique voice in your tone and your style. That also like meshes with NAPO's brand, but it's like, there's just a win-win. You help us and we help you. You're building SEO on your website. You're looking so credible and professional in your field. I really feel like it's a quick way to elevate your business.
Amazing. Easy. And it's getting big numbers. I just saw the data this morning, and we're getting like 4,000 hits a month on the blog, which is amazing. So great to leverage the national platform that NAPO has and to increase your voice. So who is your ideal author and who is their audience?
Oh, my ideal author is a NAPO member who has a message to share. It can be a relevant client story. It can be lessons that you've learned. It can be something you're experiencing in the field again and again. It can be a hot topic. It can be seasonal related. I'm looking for someone who is passionate, and we can translate that from your brain and your heart into the page, onto the paper, into your computer, into words for everyone to read. And so you bring the passion and I help you get it on paper. And a lot of people are comfortable doing this on their own and submitting it. We make tiny little edits here and there. But like, really, if you have enthusiasm and excitement for what you're doing, it will come out in a great article, and I'll make sure of it. And the audience, you said, who is the audience?
Yep.
Who is the audience? We're talking to everybody. People are Googling how to do these things, how they need help with this. They're looking for experts. And we're positioning ourselves as the go-to resource. NAPO members are the next level genius people who are at the top of the industry, like setting the trends and totally able to guide you to where you need to go. We also always have that NAPO directory at the bottom of the blog, like find someone near you. So yeah.
Love that. Okay, so what do you say to somebody who feels overwhelmed by a blank page, right? They've got that writer's block, or they just have a voice in their head that says like, I'm I'm unproven here. I'm too new. I'm not a writer. I don't have anything of value to say.
I talk to a lot of people like that at Summit, and I'm here to say, like, your voice matters as well. Just because you don't have as many years under your belt doesn't mean that your message is not important and needed. Think about how you interact with your clients when they're new to decluttering, they're new to organizing, and they don't know what to do. You're the expert, you guide them. We take that one small step, right? Don't worry about the title of your article or what your overall theme is going to be. Just start writing. Just start free writing. Set a timer, 15 minutes. Tell a story. Share just some quick tips. And then we can look at what you have and put it together into a cohesive piece. We want to have a lot of like short, easy, quick, readable context. So we use formatting like bulleted points and bold and headers. And so like that's all things that we can help you with. We're looking for your voice, we're looking for your message, and your specialty is really what we want.
And it sounds like you work a little bit to extract that from people.
Yes, and I had met people at Summit who said like, I'm really good at speaking. And I said, well, then let's have a conversation and I'll just take some notes and then we'll just make it into something. So I'm very happy to help people find their voice and build this side of their professional business and their skill set.
Amazing. All right. So let's shift to talking logistics. Okay. So
Mhm.
I want to make sure that people who are curious or interested are able to follow through and get involved with the NAPO blog. So, my first question that comes to mind is like, I have my own blog. So would I be able to use like just strip out content that I've already posted on my own blog and use it for NAPO?
Unfortunately, no. We're looking for never before published content.
Mm-hmm.
So when you give me a blog from your website and I'm posting it, this is something I've just learned. It hurts your SEO and it
Mm-hmm.
hurts NAPO's SEO. And so what we want is fresh material. So you can take a blog that you've written and give it a big makeover, but really it's
Mm-hmm.
just good to start from scratch, to come up with a new idea and to go with that, run with that.
Or go deeper maybe on something that you've already explored
Yes.
on from one
Mhm.
angle. You could go to at it from another angle.
Yep. Hmm.
Okay. All right. So then what about like all the specifics like word count, tone formatting, all that
Hmm.
kind of thing?
Sure. We're looking for at least 500 words. Anything shorter than that, it doesn't really oomph the SEO. And like this is going to be something that will help both of us because we backlink to your website. And so we are looking for 500 words, but you can go longer than that. We'll edit it down if we need to, which we really haven't. And we're also looking for readability. We want people to be able to just scroll and scan but pick up your messages. So that's where we use formatting like the bulleted list, the numbered list, the headlines, different bold or italic or undersized italicized or underlined words, hyperlinks if you have like a resource that you wanted to share. And we're looking for a tone that's like conversational and friendly and empathetic, but also with that elevated expertise.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not trying to sound really scholarly and super smart and like we know everything, but just that we're talking to a friend who's in need, who's like struggling with clutter or struggling with time management. Like, how can we help someone just like in a really meaningful way?
Nice. Okay. And then walk us through what happens. Like if I write a blog and I'm ready to submit it, what do I do?
So when you go to napo.net, you will have the option under media to pull a drop down that says blog submissions. And there it gives you kind of a checklist of what we're looking for, and what we're not looking for. Like, we're trying to avoid anything overtly promotional or religious or um, anything relating to politics. Please don't do that. And it'll also kind of give you a checklist of the extra things that we need, like your headshot, your social media handles, your website, and any other like supporting images that you want with your blog. And so once you get to that, you just kind of review everything to just make sure you have checking everything off. And then there's a button to click and you upload your article. When that happens, it takes a day or two to get me notified that a new blog submission has been sent in. And so then I will look at it and get back to you shortly about whether or not we're going to move forward with it. Right now, we're really lucky to be booked out about a month. So we're
Mhm.
looking for June, July, August, some summer content. If that is exciting or motivating for anybody, come on, bring it on in. We're ready.
I love it. Okay. So, what if someone is listening to this recording and they're curious, but they're still feeling nervous? Or like me, I feel like I have 20 ideas in my head and I'm like, what is the right path forward? Like what kind of support do you offer, especially because it's just so great to leverage your experience, right, in this role. So, what kind of support do you offer to help our members find their voice?
So I have started posting on point for each article that is submitted. When we post it, I'm sharing the link, I'm tagging the author. I'm asking everyone to kind of like comment and like it and share it and help build that visibility for our authors. But I'm also, inviting people to respond to that post, to think about next month, think about what they could contribute. But also, you can email me anytime. So you can email me on point, but also my business name, Consciously Cleared and Contained. I'm Kim, Kim, at consciouslyclearedandcontained.com. And you can send me a message there and I will get back to you promptly.
Okay. So, and then where can a member learn more? And what is the submission site? And give us that information as well.
Sure. On point, I have posted an article or a link called Tips and Tricks for Blog Posts.
Mm-hmm.
And that will kind of answer some more questions. But then also, if you do go to napo.net, you can find the blog submission page there. If you look under media and it says blog and then it's blog submissions.
Great. Okay, thank you.
You're
So,
welcome.
Kim, I appreciate your work in rejuvenating our NAPO blog. It's so exciting to have this platform back where we can amplify the voices of our members and continue to serve our communities in a different and interesting way. Is there anything else that you wanted to share before we wrap up our time together today?
I just want to tell you that you can write. Everyone that I've met who's an organizer or who's a productivity consultant, like, we are people with passion and we can get our word out. So I'm happy to help however I can.
Amazing. Well, Kim, thank you so much for your work on this project. And thank you for being here today to share the information with the rest of us. And as always, for a little bit longer, I am your president, Mindy Gotting, and I thank you for listening and thank you for joining us today on the NAPO President's Message.